Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel, Postcards and Novels, where I'm going to be chatting all things travel and books. I'm going to be doing travel vlogs and book reviews and all sorts of things. I wanted to make an introduction video where I just talk about myself, what got me into reading, what got me into travel, and kind of what I'm going to be posting on here, what to expect from my channel. So first and foremost, to tell you a little bit about myself, I am originally from South Carolina. I currently live in Florida. I've also lived in New Jersey, Australia, Philly, and I think that covers it. I think what originally got me interested in traveling was watching National Geographic, and I was like 12 years old and I saw a documentary about African wildlife and I was like, wow, I want to go to Africa. At this point in my life, I've never left South Carolina other than to go on vacation in Florida. So I was pretty uncultured until I got out of high school. I went to Europe by myself on a little group trip, and I met so many people and went to a couple of different countries in Europe, and I just fell in love with traveling. I have been to about 27 countries, I think. I love learning about other cultures. I love seeing how other people live their daily lives, and I'm also a big foodie, so I love going to different places and trying local foods. I like doing cooking classes when I travel because I like to learn how they make things. My husband and I are about to move to Germany, which is why all my books are on the floor behind me. We are packing up our house right now and it is a wreck. This is definitely the best place that I have to film in my house right now. I haven't always been a reader. I did read The Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard when I was in high school, and I loved that series. I don't know why I read it. It was so random. It's the only book series I ever read until I was like 21, I think. After that, I read a couple of books by Colleen Hoover. I read some self-help books, and I was like, I'm not a reader. I don't like reading. A couple of years ago, my husband bought me the first ACOTAR book, and I read it in like a day, and then I read the rest of the series in like 2 weeks, and I was like, what is this crack series that I am reading? I loved it so much, and I was like, oh my gosh. I got on Booktok and I started getting recommendations from a bunch of other creators for my ACOTAR hangover. I ended up reading Throne of Glass and Crescent City, started getting into a little bit more high fantasy like Brandon Sanderson. Last year I read 70 books, and my favorite one was The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I never thought I'd be a historical fiction girly, but that book, chef's kiss. That book was amazing. I think what made it hit me even harder is that me and my sister remind me so much of the sisters in The Nightingale, and that just really made it even more emotional for me. I have since bought every single Kristen Hanna book. I think a big goal of mine for this year is to read through my physical TBR, because I think about 250 books. I did count recently how many books I've read of all of the books that I own. I'm ashamed to say. I think I've read like 80 or 90 of the books that I own. So I have got a large stack on my physical TBR, so we are gonna be getting through that in 2025. But because I'm moving, and because I'm moving overseas, it is going to take a very long time for my physical books to get to where I'm gonna be living, which I don't know where that is yet. So I have been on Libby putting myself in line for books that I have on my TBR to read them on my Kindle during my move. So I'm still gonna be getting through my physical TBR virtually. As far as travel content goes, I plan to post day in the life of an American living in Germany, stuff like that. It is me and my husband moving there, but we're moving there for his job, and he's very busy with his job, so I do plan on doing a lot of solo travel. So I'll be posting solo travel vlogs of going to different countries around Europe. My goal is to visit every country in Europe while I'm there. I've already been to like 6 or 7, so it shouldn't be too hard of a goal for me to accomplish. And if I do accomplish it before we move back to the United States, then I'm probably gonna start going to some Middle Eastern and Northern African countries. Other than that, I might post some other things that aren't really in my niche. Like, I love to bake and cook, so I might post some recipes and stuff like that. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, please. And I really look forward to hanging out with you guys and making vlogs. I have been on Booktok for almost a year now, and I have really liked making Booktok content. But with everything that's happening lately, I did want to start a YouTube and do some more long form content. So let me know if there's anything specific that you want to hear about me, about my travels, or about my reading. I will see you guys next time. Bye!